Hello everyone, Alex Riggs here. I'm at Trump Golf Dubai, and what I'm here to give you is a two-part series. The first video is going to touch in on elements to look for from a down-the-line viewpoint. The second video is going to touch in on frames of reference from a face-on standpoint. So when getting the camera angle set up for a down-the-line video, always check to make sure that you are in line with the toes. So if we put a club or an alignment stick down on the toe line, the video camera should see that running straight through the camera. Now, the first thing that we can look at is going to be our body's posture at address. Are we overextended, or are we in a nice athletic position? So some people might look flatter than others through the spine, but if there's a subtle curve from the head to the tailbone, that is a very healthy thing for us to have. Now, the arms should hang vertically down from the shoulders, not getting too far away, not getting too close to the legs, just hanging vertically from the shoulder joint. We should see from the back of the armpit through that kneecap and ball of foot, there should be a line there. Always a good way for us to check our balance. Now, as we start looking at frames of reference in the swing itself, the first checkpoint that I'd have you look at is what the club is doing when the club is parallel to the ground. So at this first checkpoint here, where is the club? Is it inside? Is it outside? Is the face really open? Is the face really closed? So from a standpoint of neutral, so that we're all speaking the same language, neutral would be the club head and hands would roughly be in the same position relative to the camera. The angle of the face will be in a very similar angle to the angle of our torso. So that's a good way of us looking at that first checkpoint. Now, as we work to the top, wherever that top position is, because different people are obviously going to swing the club back at different lengths, what I want you to look for is more frames of reference within the body. Is the body getting enough out of its rotation? Are we creating a full coil and getting enough turn to maximize speed and maximize healthy movements in that downswing? If you go to the top position and your knees still appear like this, you are restricting your lower body too much. So start to free things up and give yourself that opportunity to hit the ball an extra 10-15 yards. So the next thing that we're going to check on is what we do in that transition. As the club starts to travel down in the downswing, we want, in a perfect world, we want the club head to stay inside or behind wherever the hands are moving. If the club head moves outward too fast, that's when more problems will arise. So when we're looking at the transition, the first thing that I want you to start to check on is, does the club head work further outside, or does the club head work more inside to neutral, more representing kind of how it went back? So if the club head can appear to take a more neutral path down, that's going to give us the best chance of being able to hit the ball straight. So again, this is all meant to be frames of reference, things to look for. So from down the line, again, we can look at posture, we can look at elements of the backswing, elements of that downswing, how the club releases, lots of things to check on. So I hope that this gives you some clarity, some things that you can look at in your own swing, and then maybe ask some more questions about what you should be looking for specifically in your game. Hope this helps, and I hope that you guys are able to take this information and really sharpen things within your own games.